Lightroom is full of really useful tools when it comes to editing your photos, if that's adjusting your exposure or completely changing the colors. But there's one tool in particular that I think is incredibly powerful that I don't see a lot of photographers use. So today, let's really dive into the details about why you should be adding point color to your editing workflow. And I'm gonna start right now. Now, point color is a very powerful and very useful tool to know inside Lightroom, but not a lot of photographers actually use it. And I think this comes down to two main reasons. Firstly, it is very similar to a tool that already exists inside Lightroom, and that is the color mixer tool. But also, because of the color mixer tool, and it's in roughly the same section, a lot of people just brush past it and they don't even realize it's actually there. Plus, it is quite a new tool, and because of that, if you've been using Lightroom for a very long time, it might just not be in your editing workflow, for example. But let's see if we can change that. Okay, so once we go ahead, open up the develop panel, let's go ahead and find this tool first. Now, right on the right-hand side, you'll notice point color isn't actually here, but that's because if we open up color mixer tool, you can find it right next to color mixer. You've got this little section here, this little toggle at the top, where you can go from mixer to point color. Now, you might think these tools are very similar, and in some parts, you'd be right, they are a very similar tool, but there are a few nuanced differences that I think actually makes point color an even more useful tool versus the actual color mixer tool. Let's talk about the color mixer tool first, because let's talk about the similarities versus the differences. The color mixer tool does allow you to change your hue, which is the color, the saturation, which is the intensity, and then luminance, which is the brightness. But it's only limited to changing the color bands within inside this selection, and you've got 8 to choose from. Red all the way down to magenta. Now, if for example, I want to change the blue of the water, I'd go to my blue section here, slide it over to the right and slide it over to the left. The problem is it's selecting other colors in the photo that are also blue. And there's no way of refining it. Because you've only got one slider here, the blue slider, any blue that falls within inside that color band will be changed. And that's not necessarily very helpful. Maybe you've got a very bright colored dress, for example, which will show in photo 2, and you've got skin tones that are also red. You might end up by accidentally changing both at the same time, and that just isn't ideal. So why is the point color more powerful? Well, it's because we can actually select the color that you want, and that's the most important part. The color mixer tool only has color bands. Point color allows you to select a color and really refine it. So let's go and use it in Lightroom. Okay, so in the point color selection, it's currently grayed out because we haven't got a color selected. So let's go ahead and select one. We'll go ahead to my selector tool. I'm gonna go ahead and simply select blue. Now the top part is very similar. You'd probably be used to it. You've got your hue, saturation, and luminance shift. If you wanna change the color, change the hue, brightness, you change the luminance, color, the intensity, you change the saturation. But it's what's underneath which is what's the most powerful, your range. This is where you can really refine your selection. Select more or select less of a specific color. Now, straight away, it's kind of difficult to work out what is actually selected. Well, right at the bottom, you've got a button called Visualize Range. What this will do, as you can see, it's an overlay, so it won't affect your photo. It will turn any other color that you haven't selected to black and white, and the color that you have selected will be in full color. So you can select, we've got this lovely blue here. Now, I want to target basically all of the sea here, or the lake that we're in. Well, at the moment it isn't selected. So what we can do is go to my saturation range and actually increase our saturation range there. And it's the same situation we can do with luminance. You can also do that with hue. So we've got the exact selection we want. Now I might want to refine this blue a little bit further so we're not selecting any of the brighter or darker parts. So for example, I might move that around to about here. So this is the selection that we've now made. And from there, we can change it to anything we like. So for example, if I want to make the blue a little bit more bluer, I suppose you could say, so I might go for a hue of 25 plus. You can see we've made it a little bit richer there. As well as I might want to increase the saturation of that as well. I might increase that to plus 20. I might bring the actual brightness of this down by about minus 20 as well. And obviously this is really helpful, but it is very similar to the color mixer tool. So let's use it on a photo that really shows you the power of this tool, because I'm actually really happy with this. If I show you the before and after, the blue is looking a lot nicer. You can see where we've shifted that blue to in our main swatch at the top. But if we go ahead and move over to photo 2, this is where this tool is incredibly powerful. Now this is a classic example. We've got a red dress, really bright and vivid, but we all know that skin tones are also found in red. Red is found in the skin tones. There's no way of avoiding it. So can we select the dress without selecting the skin tones? This is something that you just cannot do inside the color mixer tool. Well, let's go ahead and try it. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead, use my targeted picker, and go ahead and select the red part of the dress. And this is the hue that we're selecting. So what I'm gonna do is go down to my visualize range, and you can see that we've still got parts of the skin tones selected. So let's see if we can really narrow that selection. So what I'm gonna do is really narrow the hue shift. So we're only selecting the red part of the dress. And if we go ahead and remove parts of that orange, I think, we can remove it from the skin tones, which I think is working. So if we go for something like so, we can see we're now not, any of the skin tones are now not selected. Now parts of the dress isn't, but that's because what we want to do is actually increase the actual range inside our luminance range and our saturation range. So we'll increase that all the way. I might increase the entire saturation of that color there. Go for something like so. Now I might have to increase that range a little bit, just select a little bit more of that. But again, we want to try and avoid any of that color coming through in the skin tones. There we go. Okay, I think that's the best that I can do. Let's reduce that a little bit further. So most of the dress is selected. In fact, I would say all of the dress is selected, but the skin tones are not. So now what we can do is go to our color mixer tool, which is kind of the bit at the top. And now we can really change it. So I might want to make the dress a little bit more purple, for example, or more pinky. I might want to increase the saturation a little bit. I might go for +10, and I might bring the luminance down, let's say by -20. And if I go back to visualize spots, you can see that none of the skin tones are affected, but we have changed the color of the dress. And this is why this tool is so powerful. You don't just simply change colors, you can also select colors as well, which in this specific case has saved me a huge amount of time than going into my masking panel and changing it accordingly. Yeah, this is a really powerful tool and definitely worth adding to your editing workflow. And don't forget, it isn't just one color that you can select. You can also select multiple colors as well. So for example, we've selected the color of the dress, but let's say I want to select the green on the right-hand side as well and target that. Well, I'll go ahead with my color mixer tool, go ahead and click, and you can see we've got a new swatch. So we can change this one, and you can add as many as you want. And that's another helpful feature. Thank you to all of my YouTube members that are currently supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel and get some awesome perks, including free Lightroom presets like the ones you can find on my website and get to watch videos before they go live, and make sure to go ahead to the link in the description. I've been James for Photo Fever, and I'll catch you guys on Thursday.